Queen Street used to be a terrible experience. It was a building hidden behind existing buildings. The James Carswell train shed at the heart of the station was hidden, only really visible from Cathedral Street at the north end. The old Queen Street lacked any sort of civic scale. The new station is not only providing a civic scale in terms of volume and height and the light and the space, but also, the outside of the station, the choice of materials, the way entrances are positioned and the way views of the building are framed as you approach it also is a response to its sort of civic role within the city. Since 1878, James Carswell's train shed has been at the heart of Queen Street Station, hemmed in at the centre of the site. The southern extension of the platforms really did give us an unprecedented opportunity to kind of pull all those buildings away and not only see the train shed and understand the train shed, but form a kind of gateway to the city around it. So it's really about that sense of, sort of celebrating that sense of arrival in the city and celebrating the presence of these fantastic heritage structures at the heart of the project. Whilst we have increased the area of Queen Street's concourse, it's still a relatively small site for its function. So we had to work with a movement specialist to ensure that we understood exactly how the station needed to function efficiently. So we did things like identify the desire lines and the journeys the passengers would be making through the station and tried to make the building a sort of legible extension of that movement. Behind me you see the Dundas Street entrance. The doors themselves are aligned with the vista on Dundas Street, so even from Buchanan Street you can see the trains, and it gives you confidence in your journey, confidence you know where you're going to go, and allows people to move efficiently around the building. So these are the kind of moves that, working with other specialists, were able to ensure the station worked as efficiently as possible within its still relatively confined site.
It's like a wow factor. Queen Street used to be a really dull place, so when you came in, you went out, to get that brightness, George Square feeling, but you don't need to leave the station now to get that feeling. As soon as you come off a train, George Square in Glasgow hits you, and you get that with the gold and the brightness, and the accessibility is a huge change. We've got the new ramp at the front of the station, we've got step-free access at all the entrance and exits, and we have a lot better facilities for our customers as well.
The choice of materials for Queen Street was really important. We wanted something that was a memorable start and end to the journey. And so the anodised aluminium, the gold anodised aluminium, fulfills that in so many ways, both during the day but also at night time as well. That transition to night time is really critical because through the Glasgow winter a lot of the commuting is done in those lighting conditions. So working with our lighting team, we really made sure that the form and legibility of the building that you get in the daytime was really celebrated at night as well.
I think most people have found the redevelopment of the station absolutely extraordinary. We've created a new bold landmark for a confident Glasgow right here on the heart of George Square, and it's a confident statement about Scotland, about Glasgow, but also the railway. One of the things that we're looking forward to the most is seeing customers come back to the railway, because even though Glasgow Queen Street is fantastic and it's coping with growing customer numbers every week, in fact, we'd like to see it even busier, because that means more people travelling by train, which can only be a good thing for the environment.
I think the good thing about working with an existing building is you get to do a bit of storytelling, you get to reveal some of the heritage that's on site, you get to show them huge panoramic views of the city they didn't have before. 95% of the demolition waste and construction waste was recycled by the contractors, so it's a fantastic indicator of the nature of city centre developments in the future, really doing everything you can to work with what you have, not assume that you should create a blank canvas and start again. I'm tremendously proud of what BDP have achieved at Glasgow Queen Street. What we really wanted to do was to create an architecture that was people-centred, all about the passenger experience. And with working closely with the project team, we've created a building of civic scale that's a memorable beginning or end to anyone's journey in Scotland's railways.